From the Independence Event Center in Independence, Missouri, this is the NCRHA National Championship Tournament. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Cortland with Jeremy Ellis. We're standing by for a Division II pool play contest between the Tennessee Volunteers and the Kansas State Wildcats. Let's run down the rosters real quickly for the two teams while we have a moment. For the Volunteers, the skaters, Sammy Slavic, Alex Lee, Austin Gomez, Kirby Kinslow, Bryce Bowman, Andrew Harris, Reed Davis, Dylan Grizel, Nick Macy, and Jimmy Curtis. The goaltender, Adam Paguski. I hope I'm saying his name right. And Adam, forgive me. When you watch the tape later, remember it's someone else's fault. For the Wildcats, the skaters, Christian Ford, Sylvia Scavone, Joseph Chamberlain, Stephen Heitmeyer, Jacob Schulte, Zachary Klontz, Dylan Huganen, and you'll, again, forgive me, folks, we've never seen these players before, so Alan Parrish, Michael Dawkins, Kevin O'Neill, and Daniel Rinkmeyer, the goaltender, Stephen Starr. Wonderful name for a goaltender. All right, it looks like the referees have called the two teams out onto the court. If you're new to inline hockey here at the National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships, we play 3 12-minute stop time periods with just a 1-minute intermission between periods. There is a plastic tile surface overlaid on top of an NHL-style rink, full glass and boards all the way around. 4 skaters aside, so there's tons of space at top right out there. There is no offsides, no icing. There are no blue lines, so there are no linesmen. We just have 2 referees out there trying to keep order. And in the last game, we saw that occurs sometimes with mixed results. Here's an attack and a shot and a goal right off the bat for the Wildcats. Great individual effort there in some traffic. And I believe that was number 9, Jacob Schulte, who got the tally 20 seconds into the contest. I almost hate to even hazard a guess as to who actually scored the goal, but that is my guess. 20 seconds in. Please, let's not have another 60 shots on goal. And we're right back underway. All right, it is Schulte unassisted. Back the other way. K-State gains control momentarily in their own zone. Now an attacker in there, but he loses control of the puck for the Volunteers. Puck cycled back behind their own net by K-State. Wildcats looking to move it out. They turn it over, and somebody for Tennessee goes down. Can't center the puck. Back the other way come the Wildcats. It's a 3-on-2 and a bit of a rolling puck. Now that play is broken up. It's going to turn into a 3-on-3 as the defenders are quickly hustling back. There's a drop pass, a shot, and a score. What a pass across, I believe, a deflection. The shot came by the Volunteers, Kirby Kinslow, number 19, and I'm not sure if 25 tipped it in on the right doorstep, but it went into the twine rocket fast. And with just 56 seconds after the goal by Kansas State, Tennessee has tied the ball game at 1 apiece. All right, there's a turnover, a nice little dipsy-doodle move there by Schulte. He comes up to the front court, gets into the right circle in a steep angle. He throws it at the net. It hits the goaltender and dies underneath the pads, drawing a whistle and a stoppage in play. So Dylan Grizel with the assist. Kinslow with the tally. And back the other way come the Volunteers once again. They're back behind the net of K-State. And the puck turned over as a backhand centering try was off the mark. And the Wildcats turn it over. A long shot in from outside the top of the left circle, is right on target, but it's stopped by the Wildcats goaltender, Steven Starr, and he gets a whistle with 10:17 to go in the first period. A lot of ones on the board up there, one apiece, and shots on goal in the first period. All right, now they've updated it. It's not one apiece. It's now 2 shots apiece. And a face-off gets us right back underway. Wildcats with a pass across. Sorry, the Volunteers with a pass across, intercepted by the Wildcats. Now a long throw in by number 6 Chamberlain is off the mark and taken by the Volunteers back in their own end.
Bill, I was able to hit the oxygen tank up for a couple minutes to recoup after that last one.
I'm glad that you did, because you can take over, buddy. I'm out of here. Nice play by the Volunteers down the right side, and then their man overskates the puck. It's pushed back out to center court, where a long shot in is blocked out front. Here comes Chamberlain ahead of the pack. He's on his backhand. A shot save by the goaltender for the Volunteers. Nice play by Boguski, and he hangs on. What a glove save there with 9:32 left in the first.
Well, we had a torrid pace here to start out in this one. Kansas State and Tennessee 1-1 with only a couple minutes into this hockey game, but they're going to be hard-pressed to match the effort of the last two teams.
Now, it is a Division II program. These are both Division II programs, so some might argue that not the same depth of skill players that you might see at a Division I game. That doesn't mean there aren't lots of skilled players out there, just maybe not as many all at once. Got to earn your way to Division I, just like, what would we say, just like Premier League soccer in England? Or
That's correct. You know, actually, that's the goal of the NCRHA. They want to move these teams up. You can start off in Division II as you get your program together, but as you grow, they want to get these teams up to, you know, the Division I status.
A long shot in, sticked aside, or knocked off the pads of Boguski, and his teammates clear it over to the far wall. Now they've got it on the near side, right corner in their own zone.
Good example of that was Pittsburgh, who played in our last game. They were a former Division II team just a mere 4 years ago.
Well, they don't play very good defense.
They play defense at a Division II level.
They didn't at this last game at Division I. Of course, neither did their opponent. They couldn't spell D if you spotted them the D. I don't know what I'm saying there, but my goodness. Oh, here's a nice bid and turned aside by the Wildcat goaltender Starr with a nice save. And both teams will take the opportunity with the stoppage to change up skaters. 8:10 to go here in the first period. Shots on goal now 4-3 in favor of the Wildcats. They win the drawback in their own end. And now a centering try is going to be blocked and intercepted, and then a hooking penalty going to go against the Wildcats' number 9, Jacob Schulte. He got caught making the turnover. He was trying to make a long pass, and it was blocked, and then that attacker for Tennessee grabbed control of the puck, and Schulte hauled him down. So we have our first power play opportunity of the game. It goes to the Volunteers with 8:02 to go in the first.
Well, this is the first round-robin game for both teams here. The other two teams in this pool, Bill, are Arizona and Massachusetts, so they'll be taking, lacing them up over on the other rink here. So those are the 4 teams in the pool: Tennessee, Kansas State, Massachusetts, and Arizona.
So there's the announcement of Schulte, 2 minutes for hooking. And some nice work around the perimeter here by the Volunteers, but they just can't get that last pass to connect. So they're still working the puck around the perimeter. And by the way, folks, where our live stat repetition here or talking about it to you may be lacking, don't forget you can get all the information you need. Scores, stats, standings, all the players, all the teams. Oh, what a wrist rocket from the left circle by number 14 for the Volunteers. That's Austin Gomez, who gets a power play goal for Tennessee, and the Volunteers have their first lead at 2-1.
Well, that was a power play goal. A nice shot there, as you mentioned. Able to go short side on the netminder. And again, a good screen out front. You see, in the roller hockey game with a 4-on-3, they usually run an umbrella with one player parked in front of the net. Provided a good screen there. As we see the Kansas State player break a twig there on the faceoff.
And just to finish my thought, all the information you need about the tournament can be found at ncrha.org. Now a 2-on-1 for Tennessee from the left circle. A shot off the goaltender's glove and into the right corner where it struck the referee. And a centering pass comes out to the slot. A shot, another save by the Wildcat goaltender. This is going to turn into another shooting gallery game. I'm not sure my heart can take it. Here's the Wildcats back the other way. Tell them to slow down.
I believe that was Gomez on that last goal there for the Volunteers, and neither one of these teams look to want to slow the puck down at all. It's been end-to-end action here. Already 9 shots combined here. Make that 10 shots combined halfway through the first period, so they're on a torrid pace as well.
Now, they're not even going to come close to that other game. 64 total shots in our last game. They're on pace here for 50, so they'll be well short. And even if they get to 50, I'll probably have a heart attack. All right, back the other way comes Tennessee. Under 6.5 to go in the first. Backhand steer pass over to the left far post didn't work, and back come the Wildcats the other way. Here comes the goal scorer, Schulte. Gets around one defender, walks in, he's on his backhand. Oh, a bit over the shoulder and into the twine for the Wildcats. They have tied it at 2 apiece with 6:15 to go in the first period.
Well, Schulte, the leading scorer for this Kansas State University Wildcats, he shows you why right there as he went backdoor backhand over the shoulder of the goaltender for the Volunteers. That was a pretty goal.
So he spends a moment in the penalty box and then comes out and makes up for it with a tally.
It's the best way to make up for it.
Yep, after Tennessee had scored the power play goal. Kinslow, by the way, with the assist on Gomez's power play goal for Tennessee, and then Schulte unassisted. Okay, as soon as I say unassisted, they give a goal to Kevin O'Neill. So 27 O'Neill for KSU.
I think that was a gift assist.
Yep. Like the phantom foul in the NBA.
Exactly. Schulte pretty much did that one all by himself.
Phantom assist. Here's an outlet pass, and the Volunteers now on the break. It turns into a 3-on-2. Their man stick handles into the slot. The bid off the stick of Gomez goes wide, and it's tapped back to the Volunteers' end. They'll claim it there and regroup in their own end.
So we talked about the programs growing up to that Division I level. Some of the things that they're required to do is about matching uniforms, helmet colors, pants, the like. So you can see out here in the Division II, players, even though they have matching jerseys, different color helmets, different color pants, so just more of a uniform thing as well from Division II to Division I.
Couple of fake passes got Tennessee down low, but then a sweep check knocking the puck loose by Schulte. And here comes his teammate back the other way, Klontz, with a shot that goes wide. It rims around over to the left point. Jumped on there by Schulte, but it's going to be jumped on and taken by Tennessee. They touch the puck and the whistle stops play. We had a penalty signaled for. We're going to get holding against the Volunteers with 4:36 to go in the first period.
Well, I think that was just a fatigue penalty there by the Volunteer player. He got slowed down and winded as one of the Wildcats were coming back the other direction, and he was called for a hold, more of a restraining foul against Andrew Harris, so Harris sitting down 2 minutes for holding.
I'd like to take one of those, please.
Yes, where do I sign up?
Due to exhaustion. So Harris for holding with 4:36 to go in the period. There's a wrister from the left circle off the crossbar and back out to the right point. KSU keeping it alive. They move into the slot. There's a wrister through more traffic, deflecting off of maybe a couple of sticks and up and out of play.
That shot off the stick of Zachary Klontz, number 10 for the Wildcats. Had the goaltender beat, but it went right off the crossbar just behind the netminder of the Volunteers.
And then I thought I saw the one official point outside as though it had been shot straight out, and it turned out he just didn't want to hit somebody on the head with his arm, and the faceoff did stay low. A shot by the Wildcats comes out front, poked along by Tennessee, and here comes their man into the front court, and the referee got in the way. Oh, goodness.
Well, that was good defense there.
Yeah, not much you can do there, though, as a referee. The puck had a mind of its own to follow him, and KSU catches a break, and here they come still with 1:12 to go on the power play. Look at the stick handling in front by number 9, Schulte again. His bid is denied. The puck is loose. On the doorstep, Chamberlain trying to force it in front, and Tennessee claims the puck and clears it on the penalty kill all the way down.
Well, Schulte dangled about 3 Volunteer players to get a point-blank shot and unable to make that final move past the netminder. So this penalty, 45 seconds left. Good kill so far for the Volunteers.
We're down to 3:20 now to go in the first in a tie ball game. Pass over to the right doorstep is wide but kept alive. Well, they tried to feed it in front, did the Wildcats, and that's turned aside and cleared back over half court by the Volunteers. And, boy, some guys starting to look a little gassed here. A little bit of jousting going on by 2 players in front. A nice save there by the Volunteer goaltender, and then he covers up outside the left post to take a whistle with 25 ticks left on the man advantage and 3 minutes exactly remaining in the first period.
Adam Paguski, the goaltender for the Tennessee Volunteers, 13-8 on the season, a 5.67 goals against average, not what you'd like to see out of your goalie, a 780 save percentage.
But in this sport, I bet some goals against averages went up in that last game.
Exactly.
20 goals scored combined. KSU still skating around on the perimeter with the puck. They've got 5 more seconds to go on a man advantage. Schulte feeds it down to a teammate. Back to Schulte. He shoots through traffic. It hits somebody. Then he recovers the puck at the base of the right circle, fires it across the crease. It's deflected. Now a centering pass by the Wildcats out of the left corner is turned aside. A foot race and jumping up for the Volunteers is number 24. 5-hole bid denied twice. The rebound came right back out in front, and Starr able to come up big twice to keep it a tie ball game. We're down to 2:10 to go in the first period.
Reed Davis in all alone on the breakaway. Took one shot, had a rebound opportunity. Great goaltending there by the Wildcat netminder.
And you can see the Volunteer attacker just get those big silver dollar eyes as he saw the rebound come right back up the middle, and he thought he had one. Now the puck squirts out of a scrum in the inside of the left circle back to the goaltender. He covers up and takes a whistle with 1:48 left in the first.
Well, one of the officials, Bill Burkhardt, down there almost got handcuffed just a bit as the puck circled out of the corner. He found himself in no man's land and almost was right out in front of the net by the time it was all said and done.
On the face-off, a pass attempt ahead is intercepted by the Volunteers, and here comes their man on his backhand, and he scores a brilliant goal by number 14 for the Volunteers, Austin Gomez. That'll go as an even strength goal with 1:41 left in the period, and Tennessee now with a 3-2 lead.
Well, Gomez made a great move on Schulte, but Schulte appeared to have been clipped by a high stick as Gomez made the move. Schulte comes off. He went and asked the official. That looked like a possible high stick on the move there, and Schulte getting some attention on his bench.
Gomez keeping the puck alive for the Volunteers, has to play a safety back to half court. Puck out on the perimeter. Their man for the Volunteers cruising into the right circle. He shoots through traffic, hits somebody. It's loose, and the goaltender covers up and gets a whistle. He was kneeling on the puck but didn't realize where it was. He looked behind him, did the Wildcat goaltender Starr, but he had made the stop, and we get a right circle draw coming up with 1:20 to go in the first period. 3-2, Volunteers leading the Wildcats. Shots on goal now 10 for the Volunteers, 8 for the Wildcats. And Kansas State claimed the puck back behind their own net. A clearing pass, though, is not far enough. It comes to the right point, thrown immediately back in front and tapped in. Was that Gomez again?
That was Gomez. They lost him as he circled behind the net. Gomez came right back out uncovered and just whacked one right towards the net, and that one got past the goaltender.
What a pass from the right point to find Gomez. And now the largest lead of the game for either team, a 4-2 two-goal lead for the Volunteers.
We'll try to get an update over there on Schulte on the bench as he still looks like he's in some pain on his shoulder from that errant high stick by Gomez.
And just like that, another goal by the Wildcats to make it 4-3. What do we have? 19 seconds of running time before the Wildcats answer back. I have no idea who scored the goal.
That was Alan Parrish, I believe, number 16, who walked out untouched right in front of the net and buried it. And I tell you what, it's something in the water here in Independence, Missouri that has given both of these teams muscles and scoring prowess, because they've got 7 goals here in the first period.
35 seconds to go as Tennessee on the break in front. A shot just wide off into the right corner. Volunteers trying to keep it alive. Bouncing puck, and it is kept in at the right point. Now they come down into the corner. A centering try over to the left doorstep. Bounced a little bit on the attacker. Puck is still loose. Wildcats play it off into their own right corner. Jumping on it for the Volunteers was Kinslow. It's taken away by the Wildcats, and they rim it hard around, but it's not going to get out even as far as the left point. 5 seconds left. They throw it in front. A save is made. The puck over to the right corner. One last chance, and time runs out before a shot attempt can happen. At the end of 12 minutes of wild hockey, the Volunteers lead the Wildcats in our D2 pool play contest 4-3. Back with the second period of play in just a minute. You're listening to the NCRHA National Championship Tournament on MOSLive.com. We are underway with the second period of play, our Division II contest between the Tennessee Volunteers and the Kansas State Wildcats. 4-3 in favor of the Volunteers. I'm Bill Cortland here with Jeremy Ellis at the NCRHA National Championship Tournament. Hope you're enjoying it. It's been a wild first day. We've had wild weather outside, wild hockey inside.
Tell you what, this is just getting started here, too. It's only day one, Bill. We've got a mountain to climb here. We're here till Sunday afternoon.
All right, here come the Volunteers on the rush. Their man is 1-on-3, however. And he walks past all the defenders and gets a shot, but missed it outside the left post. Now the puck is tipped up toward the red line, and the Volunteers will claim it back in their own zone.
That was Jimmy Curtis. I think he fanned on that just a bit, because you can see from up here that the goaltender was slightly out of position, and he had him beat stick side, just couldn't bury it. Tell you what, though, Bill, these two teams are keeping up a pretty quick pace here. It's brisk hockey back and forth. Some speed out on the floor for both sides.
For the Volunteers, jumping up is Grizel down the right side. He is denied. And the Wildcats look to break. Skating around there by Schulte, still controlling the puck. He's in the high slot, fires through traffic and scores! Did that hit somebody? I heard a thumping sound, and I might have hit a leg in front of the Volunteer goaltender, but in any case, the puck sure hit the twine pretty quick, too. And the Wildcats have tied the game at 4 apiece.
I think that might have been the sound of the goaltender's pads trying to make a kick save there, but I tell you, you saw the patience of Schulte. This kid can bury the puck. He was injured slightly earlier in the game, but he showed his patience and made a nice shot that was perfectly placed.
That's right. He has come back with a vengeance. All right, they give an assist to Christian Ford of the Wildcats. Schulte with his second tally of the night. Beg your pardon. That's a hat trick. He had 2 in the first period.
Yes.
That's right. So he's got a hat trick. Wow. So hats off to Schulte. And we're just starting the second period. Here's the Volunteers 2-on-2. They get it over to the left side, back to the right side. Oh, it's poked just outside the right post. Play continues, and the Wildcats clear out of their own zone.
He had a wide open net to score there.
Nice poke check by the Volunteers. Wildcats got a stick on it for a moment, but it's turned back over again. Now it comes to the Wildcats again. They've got a man in front. Can they get it there? A shot in, and a glove save by the Volunteer netminder. Piguski with a nice flash of the leather there, and a left circle draw coming up deep in the Tennessee zone.
Kansas State, one of the older programs here in the NCRHA, founded way back in 1995, a former member of the now defunct CRHL, which predates the NCRHA.
A shot blocked out front. It's going to turn into a 2-on-1 possibly. Volunteers get it to their man. He's on his backhand. A shot knocked aside by the goaltender, or maybe the defender got a stick on it. A stuff try on after a wraparound has failed, and the Wildcat goaltender finally covers up and takes a whistle with 9:07 to go in the second. I can hardly untangle my tongue fast enough to spray out the words here.
Well, that was Steven Starr. I believe he did get a piece of that backhand opportunity. Again, you know, the pace of this game is providing a lot of odd man rushes for both squads, and we've seen it here more so on the Tennessee side in period 2.
And I think we just had a mistake because the puck on the faceoff rolled back to the goaltender, who stared at it for a half a minute and then covered it, and they gave him a shot on goal. But we are up to 24 shots on goal total now. There's a nice feed in front, but knocked aside by the K-State defenseman. Who is that lucky man? Number 10 for the Wildcats. Clounce with it. Leaves it for Schulte. He moves it ahead. Back to Clounce. He fires a long shot. It's wide of the post. A teammate keeps it alive out of the left circle. Then he falls down, and Tennessee looks to go the other way. No, don't turn it over there. For the Volunteers,
Very
number
dangerous.
25. Grizel breaks free for the moment. Then he pushes the puck ahead, but out of his own reach. And the Wildcats, a little sloppy with the puck in their own end for a moment. They end up with it, and each team puts a fresh skater or two over the wall. Now the Volunteers end up with it at the high right point, and they play a safety back into their own end. Approaching 8 minutes to go in the second. An errant pass went right under the stick of an attacker. Now K-State turns it over. Puck is still in their zone, but more toward the red line than anything else. K-State pokes it loose, then turns it over. Puck given right back in front. A shot. Oh, off the crossbar. Sorry, off the right post. It went over to the left post and then popped out. The referee hugging the line right, the goal line there, waved it off immediately. And play continues.
Well, Gomez was right there all alone against Steven Starr. They had a romantic table for two as they found themselves all alone in front of the net. Starr, an imposing figure, standing 6'6" in between the pipes. One of the largest, tallest goaltenders out here this weekend.
And he'll say, see, I stopped him. The attacker hit both posts, and the puck stayed out. Now the team's exchanging turnovers here for the Wildcats. Chamberlain trying to move out of the corner, and he pushes it out in front, but the Tennessee defenders are there. Volunteers will play a safety back into their own right corner, beg your pardon. That's Kinslow with it. Spinorama move to get away from one man, a la Drew Doughty. He comes up to center court and casually steps around another defender. Throws it to a teammate who comes in on the slot. A shot. What a great save by the goaltender for K-State.
I think that hit the pipe.
All right, so it would not be an official save. Sorry, don't want to take anything away from anybody.
Well,
but
the official was adamant about waving off the goal, and I think I did hear the sound, but it had him beat for sure.
Another bid for Tennessee is denied, but they keep the puck alive in the offensive zone. They clear it across into the right corner, and there's a man in front, but a pass across is blocked nicely by Parrish, and then he rims it around to a teammate, and here come the Wildcats. It's a slow developing 3-on-3, a long throw in, looking for a rebound, trying to get it to come out to O'Neill. That didn't work, and the Volunteers pick it up on their own end. They'll skate the other way. This is just ridiculous. These guys got to be totally gassed by the end of 3 pool play games. Look at the nifty stick handling there for Tennessee by, was that Gomez again?
It was Gomez.
But he couldn't come up with it. And there's a rocket of a shot from the right circle after the puck was thrown over from the left side. A volunteer goal with 5:44 left in the second. And the Volunteers now have a 5-4 lead with 5:44 to play.
Well, that was Reed Davis, who's had some chances in this hockey game. He was bound and determined to bury one. He finally did so on a pretty pass from Gomez. Davis on the one-timer able to beat Starr between the pipes.
Well, Tennessee regaining the lead here, and again, Gomez's name is on the score sheet. So that's 4 points at least unofficially. He may have assisted on a goal back in, no, did not assist on a goal back in the first. That was Grizel.
And we'll see if we can get an update from the live scoring here to see what he's officially at.
Play continuing meantime down on the court. We're down to 5:10 to go in the second. And a Tennessee player casually splits 2 forecheckers, but then turns the puck over as he got out of his own end. The Wildcats will now break. On the far wall down the right side they go, and a turnover at center court by them. Tennessee with it. Partially fanning on their pass with the Volunteers, but the puck did come across, and now knocked aside by Kansas State. Their pass ahead is off the mark. Out of the reach of Schulte. Back the other way come the Volunteers. It's a 2-on-1 as they get to the slot. There's a man on the doorstep. The man got the puck in his skates as he crossed in front of the passing zone himself. And now Tennessee plays a safety back into their own end with 4:20 to go in the second.
Yeah, he was handcuffed just a bit right in front of the goaltender.
If he had just stayed back more toward the left circle, maybe outside the post, the pass would have been right in his wheelhouse.
Well, hockey is a game of moving without the puck, so that's a good example of that, Bill. Making yourself open and creating scoring opportunities by moving your feet and opening up so that you get a good look at shooting the puck.
And, of course, I'm always happy to offer advice from 50 feet away, right?
Never hurts.
A nice backhand bid for the Wildcats there by, I believe that was O'Neill with the point-blank bid, and the Tennessee goaltender, Boguski, turns him aside. Clock stopping with 3:46 to go in the second. So everybody taking a deep breath here, so to speak, while the action continues. In other words, the action has slowed down a bit. Shots on goal, 16 for Tennessee, 12 for the Wildcats, and a 5-4 lead for the Volunteers. Left circle draw and jumped on by Tennessee. They look to skate to the front court. Nice poke check by the defense, and the Wildcats overskate, and, well, they end up with the puck back in their own end. Volunteers work it to the far wall. 3.5 to go in the second. All right, here's 25 for the Volunteers, working his way down the left side. He gets hooked and pulled down as he was trying to walk outside the left post and backhand it in. He being the Tennessee attacker, draws a penalty against Kansas State. I'm trying to get a number on the Tennessee attacker. And it looks like
the penalty's going to go against Schulte, as he was the one who fouled the Tennessee player. I tell you what, that was nearly a penalty shot situation, except that there was one defender back, even though he wasn't on the puck carrier. He was covering the pass across, so it wasn't what you would call
it has to be clear
path. And in all alone. It was a foul from behind, but you could count that defender there as preventing that clear path foul.
All right, so it's Tennessee with the puck, the lead, and the power play here as we wind down toward 3 minutes to go in the second. Schulte in the box for a second stint.
I got to tell you, Bill, it's a lot easier for me to officiate games from up here than it was on the floor for my 10 years of doing so here in the NCRHA.
I did not hear what the penalty call was, even though I was trying desperately to listen. Hooking is the call. Okay, so Schulte for a hook. It was either that or tackling in the goal. This not being football, however, the result was the penalty. There's a nice throw in there by the Volunteers, number 14, Austin Gomez, bidding for another. It's denied. Tennessee still on the attack, top of the left circle, to the goal line on the left side. Across to the right circle, a wrister. Oh, nice glove save by Starr. The bid by Kinslow, who is looking for his second of the night.
Kinslow had him beat. Nice way to flash the leather there by Starr. I was questioning the motives there of Gomez, who looks like he had a lane to walk out in front of the net, but used his patience to find the open man up top.
Still a 5-4 game. Still 54 seconds now to go on the man advantage for Tennessee. And the Wildcats with the puck shorthanded. It's a 2 against 3. They try to throw it in front. The puck trickles to the goaltender, and it's covered by Paguski for the Volunteers. 2:07 left in the second, and still 45 ticks to go on the Tennessee man advantage.
Well, whenever you have puck possession and you're on the penalty kill, you like to try to work some clock. But taking up the floor there was Christian Ford, and he did the next best thing, which is to get a whistle deep in the power play team's end.
So here comes Kinslow. They got it across to a teammate. He walks in, and from point-blank range, another tally. Is that Gomez? Yep. So what would you call that, a hat and a third?
Well, fortuitous bounce there for Gomez as he tried to pass it across. It deflects off a Wildcat skate right back to Gomez, who then was all alone in on Starr. And that's a little bit lopsided of a matchup there, as Gomez is going to bury that pretty much every time. And he went upstairs this time to find the back of the net.
Davis is wearing 24, so Gomez the 14. That is now 4 goals, including a hat trick in the first period, and a goal and an assist for him here in the second. And Tennessee with a 6-4 lead now, approaching a minute and a half, and make it 7-4 as a shot from the right circle by the Volunteers. Was that Masick? Was that 89 or somebody in the 30 range there? Cannot see the number.
20. Number 20.
Who was I looking at? Don't answer that. So Bryce Bowman with the tally. And immediately the clock running again. That's 2 goals in less than 20 seconds for Tennessee. And they put the goal actually up on the wrong side of the scoreboard. I believe it's 7-4, if I am not mistaken. Yes, okay.
So that was Bowman on the goal. That's pretty much charity. He only has 2 points for the entire season, so he nearly doubles that with 1 goal here in this hockey game.
Good heavens. We're down to about 1:05 to go in the second. Shots on goal now 17-14 in favor of Tennessee. Oh, and the puck squirts loose to the right doorstep. Chamberlain is there for the Wildcats to knock it in, and that makes it 7-5.
Well, Chamberlain's going to get credit for that goal, but Jacob Schulte did the mucking and grinding from the corner. He was able to muscle off and win a puck battle against 2 Tennessee Volunteers, made a nice move right at the edge of the bottom of the circle there, and fed it across, and Chamberlain buried it.
So Chamberlain joins the scoring party here with a tally to make it 7-5. And our scoreboard here says 6 apiece, so either, well, one of us is wrong, and usually it's me. Here's K-State with a shot, a nice little pad save. The puck centered again, cleared away by Tennessee. And they'll play a safety hard around behind their own net. It rims all the way out to center court and beyond. And the Wildcats have it back in their own end with 30 seconds to play in the period.
There has not been an update to the live scoring as of yet. I'm sure they'll get caught up here at the end of the second period, but I believe you are correct in a 7-5 hockey game.
All right, here's a steal for Tennessee. Coming down the right side is number 14. He walks in, dances back to his backhand on the left side and scores. Austin Gomez again. This time with 9.9 seconds left. A bad turnover by the Wildcats before they hit the red line results in another tally for Tennessee.
Well, Gomez is filling up his highlight reel here in this hockey game. I tell you what, keep track of the kid with the maroon helmet, because that's what's happened here. He's the only one with the non-black helmet, and that's his 5th goal of the hockey game. So you'd think Kansas State would put a body on him. They've yet to do so far in this one.
Wow. Shots on goal, Volunteers 17, Wildcats 15 at the end of 24 minutes of action. The Volunteers now with an 8-5 lead as we go to the break. We'll be back with more from the NCRHA National Championship Tournament here on MOSLive.com. Our third period is just underway. Bill Cortland with Jeremy Ellis here at the NCRHA National Championship Tournament on MOSLive.com. Don't forget to go to ncrha.org for all the stats, statistics, standings, everything you need to know about the tournament and more. Nice pass across and then a short side bid off the post and up and out of play. And did a defender get a stick on it, they say? I didn't think anybody touched it, and he shot it off the post, but what do I know?
Well, if it does go off the crossbar, it does stay inside. That was a rule that was implemented a couple years ago. So any scoring opportunity directly off the crossbar, whether tipped or not, will stay inside. They've actually done a rule change in the ice hockey game, Bill, where if it's a shot that's directed towards a net, even if it doesn't hit anything, goes out of play, as long as it's a scoring opportunity, it stays down low as well.
Glad one of us is conversant with the rules. And there is a bid from point blank for the Wildcats that's turned aside. The puck cleared all the way back down, but KSU will regather the puck. 45 seconds into this final period. Volunteers with a 3-goal lead now. And the Wildcats, a feed back to the left side. He might have just shot. I think
he had it open. He thought he was going to hit his teammate on the back door, but Schulte, again, young hockey players, keep your head up out there when you're looking on a scoring opportunity, because he could have buried that one. Here comes Gomez.
There's a turnover, and KSU claims the puck again. Parrish with it. And he looks to regroup in his own end. He had no look into no man's land for the moment there. Clounce got onto it. Clounce, I can't say his name correctly at this point. I bring too much baggage to the arena myself. And here are the Volunteers with a 2-on-1 down low, some stick handling, and a nice blind backhand sweep check there for KSU by Parrish. Knocks the puck loose temporarily.
One too many moves by Gomez.
And then a reset as the puck cleared back out to the red line at center court. Approaching 10 minutes left in regulation. Can the Wildcats come up with some kind of an answer here? They trail by 3, and the Volunteers, you can't do that. Setting up a blind backhand pass to the left circle, setting up a long ripper. There's another shot that's blocked out front, however. Parrish clears it off the far wall, right onto the tape of Ford. He'll skate to the front court, 2-on-2 with his teammate Schulte. And the puck taken away by Tennessee, and they'll look to break.
When we talk about, creating and setting yourself up for a scoring opportunity, Gomez had that one-timer, but he needed to creep in just a little bit more towards the net. His teammate would have still been able to get him the puck, and he would have been in a lot better position to bury it.
For the Volunteers, Kinslow with a rocket of a shot out of the right corner that went all the way back out to half court. And KSU with one opportunity. Now another shot and a score from the left circle. So the Wildcats have cut it to a 2-goal deficit. It's now 8-6 with 9:16 to play.
That was your friend Klontz going 5-hole on the netminder.
Every time he scores, you say his name, please.
I will do that. Number 10 in your
You're just going to say number 10 now, huh? Thanks.
Zachary Klontz.
You're right. 8-6. I'll have to see if anybody gets an assist on that one. And again, I have my head down. Now 2-on-1 developing here. Oh, nice play to kick it to himself. And a great save by the KSU goaltender as the Tennessee player got kind of short-armed on a pass to him and then kicked the puck ahead, but almost out of his own reach. Still got a great scoring opportunity. And that forced Starr to make a brilliant save. He covered up and got a whistle.
Well, you may have noticed on Starr's jersey as he takes another one and gloves it, wearing the C, a very rare occurrence that you have the goaltender as the captain of any hockey team, but Starr wearing it proudly for the Kansas State Wildcats.
Alex Lee with that bid that Starr turned aside. Now a centering pass almost turned over, which would have been a 2-on-none the other way for K-State. Volunteers with it, down to the left circle, just out of the reach of their man Macy. The puck rimmed around by K-State. They'll look to break up the near wall. Turns into a 3-on-3 as they hit the red line at center court. One pass tipped loose. A long shot in is deflected behind the net. Wildcats still with the puck. They center it, and that's off the mark. Tennessee's going to grab it. And they flip it ahead. It's going to turn into a 2-on-none. Pass ahead onto the stick of 24. He shoots from the left circle, missed the net.
Wow.
Reed Davis off the mark, and his teammates pick it up at center court.
Tell you, that was poor there that you in all alone and shoot one entirely over the net by about 10 feet.
All right, the Volunteers with the puck in the attacking zone. Down along the left circle. Puck comes loose. Still skating with it. Number 20 shoots, and he had the goaltender maybe beat.
Well, got deflected.
Starr might say, no, it wasn't going to go past my toe into the net, and it did hit outside the post and go off into the corner. Tennessee with it again. Here they come down to the top of the left circle. A long shot in, kick save, rebound swept away from the front of the net, but back over to the Volunteers again.
Fatigue looks like it's starting to set in here on the Wildcats. A couple give-and-go plays have opened things up for Tennessee. So again, young players, if you're watching at home, keep your feet moving without the puck, and that's what Tennessee's doing to create opportunities.
That was Schulte with that clear out, and he didn't even make any, didn't hesitate, which, of course, you don't want to do either in your own zone near your net. Just get the puck out of there.
There's a turnover.
Now another centering pass, a shot, and a goal for KSU after a brilliant takeaway on the outside of the left circle by a Wildcat player. He centered it right onto the stick. Was that Parrish?
Yes, Alan
KSU?
Parrish.
Okay. So
well, you saw that play develop. Excuse me, Bill. You saw that play develop. A good forecheck there. Parrish sat in the high slot, waited for his teammate to create that turnover. Once he did, he opened himself up, went right down the center of the rink, and picked it up. Here he goes again.
He comes in and scores! That's a hat trick for Parrish. He had one late in the first period, actually with 5 minutes to go in the first period, and now two here back-to-back. 5 seconds apart.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Let's see if he can get one more and take a bid for the record. Fastest 3 goals in history.
The natural hat trick. He's already got a hat trick. All right, well, it's going to take him more than 5 seconds as he doesn't have. Oh, it's turned over to the Wildcats. A shot. 5-hole bid is turned aside. Dawkins didn't get much wood on that shot attempt. Now the Volunteers trying to force it to the
penalty.
front. It's turned over. KSU with the puck. Now Tennessee touches the puck and the whistle stops play. Gomez touched it, but the hooking penalty was earlier. We'll have to see who goes to the sin bin here.
Yeah, it's going to be a hooking penalty against the Volunteers. None of those guys want to admit it and head over to the penalty box, but the official, Pete Banaszak, is telling him, hey, you are guilty. Head over to the penalty box. It's going to be going against number 25 of the Volunteers, and that's Dylan Grizel. So the momentum continuing to sway in the favor of the Wildcats.
So Parrish with back-to-back goals, tying the game at 8 apiece, and now the Wildcats on the power play for the next 2 minutes. We're approaching 6.5 minutes left in regulation. Parrish dropping it over to the outside of the right circle, then fed into the doorstep and banged home! Easy goal for Christian Ford, and the Wildcats, with 3 in a row, have taken a 9-8 lead near the midway point of the third period.
Oh, Christian Ford better name his firstborn child after Jacob Schulte because he just delivered a gift-wrapped present. Number 9, Schulte found him on the back door, put it right on his tape, and all he had to do was tap it behind the goaltender. Tennessee is taking a timeout here, and that's probably one of the better decisions they've made in the last 4 or 5 minutes because they're shell-shocked as the Wildcats are all over them right now.
That is 4 straight goals by KSU after Tennessee took an 8-5 lead. Here's the announcement. So Parrish, unselfish, did not get the natural hat trick, but assisted on the power play goal.
Well, Bill, I think that's an error because that pass was made by Schulte because I was sitting up here admiring it myself. So they may have announced Parrish, but that was definitely Schulte that fed it across. So, young man, I will give you credit if no one else does so. I see you out there, player.
30 seconds is the length of time you get for calling a timeout, and I'm sure Tennessee wishes it were a couple of minutes longer than that. What a track meet. 17 more goals in this contest. And by the way, we are going to top 50 shots on goal at this pace rather easily.
Yeah, we're at 47 right now, Bill. Still 6:27 left to go. 17 goals in the hockey game. We saw, 20 in our last hockey game. So floodgates have opened up here from the Independence Event Center.
Now, do you think we'll get to 54 shots? I'm sorry, 64 shots in the previous game where we had that 11-9 score.
Well, we may be hard-pressed, but things have opened up here. Not to mention, we've
47.
seen some costly turnovers as well.
I don't think they get to 60, maybe 55. I mean, if somebody plays some defense, there wouldn't be a chance of getting that many shots, but then it wouldn't be nearly as much fun to watch. Here's KSU on the attack again. On his backhand. Puck knocked away from Schulte for a moment. He's double-teamed, still keeps working, still has the puck, and now he'll back up toward the red line and slow things down. 6:10 left in regulation. The Wildcats trailed 8-5 after 2 and have opened the floodgates here with 4 consecutive goals in the third period to take a 9-8 lead. There's a nice outlet pass ahead on the left side to Chamberlain. Then the defender gets back to him. A centering pass comes in, and a kick save by the goaltender. I am not sure that Clontz had gotten a stick on the puck, but it came right to the goaltender, forcing him to make a nice stick save. Tennessee back the other way, and did he get tripped or did he fall down?
Yeah, I think he just hit the skids there as Schulte rings one around the boards and apologizes to the official as he almost smoked him right in the midsection.
I thought maybe somebody got a stick in his wheels, but again, not the first time I've been wrong. And it won't be the last. If you need proof, folks, just listen up. What a centering pass, but a steep angle bid is not going to find its way into the twine, sticked away by the goaltender. And now a turnover. Puck back to KSU as Parrish takes it behind his own net. And he'll just rim it hard around back out to center court.
Long shift by both teams here, and it shows as not a lot of action moving it from one end to the next.
Yeah, there's some tongues hanging out now for sure. Puck jousted loose there by Chamberlain for the moment, but Tennessee takes it back. They look to work out of their own zone. Here they come. Pass ahead, knocked down and taken away nicely by Schulte again. He's just having a wonderful all-around game for KSU.
Yeah, he's definitely the straw that stirs the drink for the Wildcats.
Although Parrish has been no shrinking violet himself here tonight. Oh, a long throw-in, forcing the goaltender for Tennessee to sprawl across. I don't think the puck was going in. Tennessee back the other way, a 2-on-1 down low in the slot. A shot hit the goaltender and a save. And a stoppage with 4:04 left in regulation. A big save there by Starr for the Wildcats.
Well, he's a star at one end, but Paguski was almost a goat at the other as he was lollygagging, getting back to his crease and wisely thrown in towards him by the Wildcats and just missed an empty net.
Is lollygag hyphenated?
I believe it's all one word, Bill.
It is. Just messing with you. Want to spell it?
I'll leave that for the professionals at the Scripps Howard.
Here's another 2-on-1 for Tennessee. A long shot in, went high on, bounced back out in front after it went over the crossbar, and Tennessee partially fanning on it. The puck cleared by K-State. Here they come the other way for the Wildcats. It's number 9, Schulte. Comes in, a steep angle bid is saved by the goaltender Paguski, and he hangs on with 3:33 left.
Well, Schulte fired that one right into the chest of the netminder. You could see as he was working down the floor that he expected his teammate to jump into the play and perhaps create an odd man rush 2-on-1 situation. He found himself out of real estate, so he just teed one up towards the net on an off angle.
On the face-off, the puck thrown in front by KSU, deflected and then cleared by Tennessee. Stolen back, however, by Parrish for KSU. He throws it in wide of the net. That'll force Tennessee, however, to go 200 feet. Not that takes long in roller hockey.
No, not the wisest of plays there by Parrish. He had possession of the puck and gave it right back to the Volunteers.
Long pass all the way down to the right circle, but the Volunteers have their back to the net. Their man stick handling over there. Number 25 is Grizel. Back to a teammate. Now a throw-in is deflected off a couple of people. Grizel mucking it up a little bit. Then he got pulled down. We're going to get probably coincidental minors. Oh, we have an injury. Beg your pardon. Parrish is shaken up on the play for the Wildcats.
Well, the official was right there, and he did not make a signal for a call.
Parrish is right back on his feet after momentarily being shaken up on the dasher board back behind. I guess maybe that was it. One of his skates had rammed into the dasher, the trim down below as he fell in there.
You could have made a call, I think, and not.
That's what I thought happened.
And not gotten any argument for either team there. As Coach Jerry Remsbecker for the Kansas State Wildcats pleading with the official as to why no call was made there. Is this team nursing this 1-goal lead?
2:40 left to play. Tennessee with the puck. Here's 25 again. He throws it over to the top of the right circle. A feed in front. Knocked down by the K-State defenders. They clear it ahead, but out of reach of their man, and Tennessee has the puck once more. Kinslow got it ahead onto the stick of Grizel. Down low. They try to go back to the slot to Grizel. It's tapped loose. 21's got it. He is pushed over into the right corner. Recovers the puck and has to play a safety back to half court. 2:10 to play. 9-8. Wildcats leading the Volunteers. But it's been a lot of puck possession time here for the Volunteers of late. But they cannot get the puck on target for the most part.
Kansas State extending the pressure just a bit. They're not content to sit back. They want Tennessee to feel a little bit of pressure as they work it up the floor.
Here's Davis. Gets double teamed. The puck is poked away from him. Ford gets on it and rims it around behind his own net to a teammate, but it goes out of Parrish's reach. Good to see Parrish right back out there again. He's got the puck, getting his stick tied up pretty good there by Davis. Now the puck comes loose, and K-State just simply clears the puck most of the way down the court. Of course, no icing in roller hockey. 1:20 to go in regulation.
Keep an eye on the goaltender for the Volunteers.
He's thinking about it, and they wave him off. So here he comes. The extra attacker is getting over there. Tennessee, though, with nobody in front, and the puck comes loose to the Wildcats in their own left circle. Crisscrossing is number 9. He gets to center court. Beats one defender. Shoots and scores! Shot it to the far left post and in.
That's Schulte. My boy Schulte.
And what's that, 4 for him now?
Believe so, but he, again, as you mentioned, he's played an all-around hockey game. Even found it worth his while to go to the penalty box twice in this one.
It's at least a hat trick for Schulte, and it gives the Wildcats now a 2-goal lead with 59.5 seconds left in the ballgame.
53 shots here in this one.
And an attack by Tennessee sees the puck roll to the goaltender Starr for the Wildcats. He takes a whistle.
Now they're going to pull the netminder again for the Volunteers, trailing by 2 with a face-off down low. I have to say I agree with this. You got to take some chances. You've already allowed 10 goals. At this point, goals against really isn't going to come into play. You've already let in so many.
I was just going to say, so the deal is that you're not worried about goals against because one more on top of 10 isn't going to make an darn bit of difference. And there is an empty net shot by the Wildcats that's going to find the back of the net again.
Schulte.
And that is a hat trick and a half. I mean, 4 goals for him. unofficially here.
Well, he muscled his way. Hockey is all about winning the individual one-on-one battles, and you saw a prime example of that right there. Schulte had a volunteer draped all over him, but he was able to muscle it through and just kind of direct one all the way down the rink, and it found the back of the net with no goaltender in there again, and now we see him win a faceoff.
And he'll dance over to the right circle, pass it back to the left doorstep, and it's slapped in by Parrish, who himself has 4 goals in the game now. That was with the goaltender for Tennessee back in there, and it's 12-8. An quick outburst by KSU here late in the contest has salted this one away.
I tell you what, Schulte, as a line mate, can really put a shine on someone, and he goes out there and does it for the Wildcats, making Parrish look good in this hockey game.
By the way, we have 20 goals again, but only 54 shots.
Yes.
So we're going to fall short on shots on goal, but my goodness, another wild goal-scoring affair.
Well, 2 empty netters certainly helped the cause.
There is a puck that comes down to the KSU netminder, and he almost fed it over to the volunteer player.
Yikes.
Coming down the court. They're just ragging the puck here, just a couple seconds left. And a last-second throw-in on goal stopped by the Tennessee netminder, but it's not going to matter. The final score, the Wildcats crush the Volunteers with a flurry late to win it, going away 12-8. As we said, shots on goal, 27 apiece, and now the teams will meet at center court for a post-game handshake. They'll skate off. 2 more will come on, and our coverage continues. We'll be going all night tonight. There's an 11:45 p.m. game that will be up 2 of those games, one here and one next door on the Bauer rink as well, that we'll be bringing you. And broadcasters with live play-by-play will be present for all of those games. I'll be back at about approximately 8:30 for one more contest myself. For Jeremy Ellis, I'm Bill Cortland. Thanks for listening. This is our Division II pool play contest. And the final score, KSU defeating Tennessee 12-8.